What did the mandate do to cohesion and unity within these elite teams?
It absolutely destroyed it. And you have leadership that's pressuring guys to get this. And if you're a Special Forces Green Beret, we do unconventional warfare. We are taught to ask those critical questions and to think critically. When we're asked to do something, oftentimes we ask why, or should we, or is there another alternative? And we were kind of told to turn off that critical thinking piece and to just go along because it was important for readiness. And it did. I love my unit and I love my leadership, and I think I had it a lot better than many others. But for other units, it was even worse, where you'd have battalion sergeant majors in front of their entire unit saying, if you've had the shot, you have the day off. If not, put a rucksack on. We're going through a grueling ruck march, which is complete, absolute illegal coercion. But yeah, it destroyed trust. We don't trust leadership right now. That's the basic thing. They said it was the big thing. Now the mandate's gone. We saw the shots don't work. We know people have been injured, and I've met so many vax-injured people. So yeah, trust is completely gone, and it irreparably harmed the country.
I don't even know that all vax-injured people know that they're vax-injured. I know people who took every shot, took every booster, would have gargled Johnson & Johnson if they were told to, and I've seen negative health consequences emerge with some of those people, and it's just sad to see that they're able to suspend disbelief regarding the potential of vaccine injuries. You've gone on to really build a community around the desire for accountability for this vaccine mandate. And I want to talk about what inspired you to do that. Was there, you have another job, you're going to have a great life, but I know there are people who lost their marriages, whose families were negatively impacted, and who really didn't land on their feet after this, to be honest with you. What are the stories you think about that inspire you to continue the activism for accountability in terms of the harm caused?
I think about Carolina Stancic, who is a 23-year-old National Guardswoman who got 2 Moderna shots, and for that has had 3 heart attacks and multiple other health issues. I think about Drew Outstanding, who he got the shots, he was doing Tough Mudders beforehand, and now he is paralyzed with Guillain-Barré syndrome. I think about my soldiers who did not want to get it and were coerced into doing it, and the kind of pressure that I saw that was pushed on them between their families with their own mental health. Right now, the military, it's going through, unfortunately, a huge suicide crisis. And I don't know how putting this kind of mandate. I think about Brianna Cespedes, who was an Air Force vet who's also involved in this activism, and she was put into quarantine for 140 days over the course of 2 years. This is
essentially jailed.
Oh,
I mean, you call it quarantine, but when someone confines you and you're not allowed to leave to a civilian, that sounds like a version of imprisonment.
Absolutely. And then she's kicked out with a general discharge. Fortunately, just got upgraded, but kicked out with a general discharge, which means that she can't get her GI Bill to go to school, that it affects her future employment opportunities, and just from like a pride point of view, is put there with like sexual offenders and other people who don't get honorable discharges, which it's very hard not to. So I think of all of these stories. I think about the great harm that's being done to our country, and I love this country. I love the military. I miss the guys. I ran into my old company commander on my flight up here. It was great. Still love them. But what was done to the military, and even them trying to protect me as much as they could, it couldn't outdo the harms and the policies that were put in place from the top. And for that reason, we have the Declaration of Military Accountability, which is
talk a little bit about that. Yeah, if you're a former service member, if you're someone who believes that we have to rally veterans around this cause, you guys have created a platform for that. Folks can find it at militaryaccountability.com, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, great. Well, so share a little bit about that project.
So the Declaration of Military Accountability was written by an active duty commander, Rob Green. He also wrote the book, Defending the Constitution Behind Enemy Lines, which greatly outlines kind of the problems and struggles that we've gone through this vax mandate. And what that letter outlines is that the military hasn't held themselves accountable. Our civilian leadership in Congress, for the most part, has not held them accountable. We are going to do everything that we can in order to hold leadership accountable. We name names in the letter, and we basically promise that there are people who are running for Congress and running into those political positions. If we get to that point, we are going to take your retirement pay away, and we're going to make sure you can't serve under senior executive service so that we can just stop this kind of filth.
Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel with notifications turned on. You won't want to miss any of the breaking news.